Did you know Excel has not just one but three different mouse pointers and each one does something completely different? In this video, I will show you the three mouse pointers in Excel. When you are selecting cells, you see the mouse cursor changes into a big white plus. However, when you want to drag the formulas across to the other cells and you go to the lower right corner of the cell, the cursor changes into a thin black cross. This is the fill handle. Then you press the mouse and drag it across. There's one more mouse cursor shape, which is the four-way arrow. So on this 4000, you take the mouse cursor towards any of the edges. It changes into a four-way arrow. When it changes into a four-way arrow, just press the mouse and then you can move the cell to another location. So this is used for moving cell contents. I'll do Ctrl Z. So if you're wondering why you accidentally drag data at times when you mean to select it, it's because of this reason. The mouse cursor probably changed shape. Next, we'll take a few more examples of how to use these mouse pointers. When you use the fill handle, the small square at the bottom right of a cell, Excel detects a pattern and continues it automatically. So let's see some examples. So let's say you have a number 5, and when you drag it with the fill handle, it will copy 5 across. But if you give it a pattern such as 1 and 2, select both the cells and then now drag the fill handle, it will copy the pattern. It will create a series. I'll say Monday, Tuesday. I'll drag the fill handle, so it generates a series. I'll say 1st March and 2nd March. Select both the cells and use the fill handle. It will copy the pattern. In this case, 4000 is 5 multiplied by 800, that is quantity multiplied by unit price. When you drag the fill handle, it will copy the formula across all the cells and will calculate the sales correctly. I'll do Ctrl Z. Here's a cool trick that you can use with the fill handle. When you see the fill handle, instead of dragging it across to the other cells, you can just double click it. It gives you the same effect. You need to be careful when using the 4-arrow pointer because it moves data. So if you accidentally drop it on some cell which already has data, it will overwrite the data. So let's say I have 5000 here and I go to the edge, I drag it and I put it here. So it gives a message, there's already data here, do you want to replace it? So if I say replace, it will replace it. You see, it has moved from the original place and moved it to the other location. So in this case, Excel gave us a warning. So but just be mindful that when you are moving, it can replace data. I'll say Ctrl Z. Next, we'll take a look at some fast selection tricks using the selection pointer, the fat plus sign that you see when you take the cursor in the middle of the cell. So first is when you want to select multiple cells, just click and drag across cells. It will select multiple cells. You can also use Ctrl plus click to select non-adjacent cells. So I'll click here, then I'll say Control and then I'll click Fab. Then I'll say Control plus click here. So this way you can select multiple non-adjacent cells. Clicking on the column header selects the entire column. You can use Control Shift and arrow keys to select multiple cells. So in this case, I'll say Control Shift and select the down key. It selects multiple cells. Similarly, I'll go here. I'll say Control Shift and use right key. It selects multiple cells horizontally. So this way you can select multiple cells fast using the selection pointer. So using the selection pointer smartly can save you a lot of time when working with large data sets. That's all in this video. Once you understand these three mouse pointers, working in Excel becomes much faster and even safer. So that's all in this video. Subscribe to the channel for more such tutorials.